Righto, parts day. I've found engine for this thing, for this road trip car, the Datsun 240C. This is a 2.4 that's in this. It's 2.6 I'm going to get, but it comes with twin carbs and extractors, which is what I actually need. And I'm also going to get a roof for my, see the brown Mazda, the rx3 build, 808 build. I bought a lot of parts for that. And this is the next bit, a roof cut. So, big trip, Sunshine Coast, 2.5, 3 hours that way. And then I've got to come back through and go that way about 3 hours over to Warwick. So when you work out that it's 2.5 hours that way, then 2.5 hours back, then 3 hours that way, so it's 5 hours for that leg. And I'm going to go and buy a motorbike in Brisbane. Let's get into it. First things first, got to get this turd unloaded off the truck. It's just a scrap one, and yeah, this video is for the people that ring and bitch at me because I don't sell parts, and then they say, well, where am I going to get parts from? Well, yeah, I've got to spend a whole day chasing parts myself, so I'm in the same boat. So don't bitch at me, just get off your ass and do it. So anyway, here we go. Righto, so I'll answer the questions now because I know they're going through some of your heads. Why aren't you putting an RB in it? Why aren't you putting an LS in it? Why aren't you? Why are you still going to run an old motor and run carbies? Because I am. It's not that sort of build. I enjoy the older engines. I like carbies, and I also don't want to spend a heap of money on this car and for no reason. Okay, when this car gets moved on to the next person, it'll be a solid base. Someone then, if they want to, can change it, but it's a 1972 car that still is fairly original. Is it really worth me butchering it, which is what I'm going to do, because any engine conversion I do, I'm not doing it properly. Like, the reality of engine conversions, which a lot of you guys know, is you go into this thing with this great idea, but then it's ECU, fuel system, exhaust system, brake upgrade, it's endless, and then it's gearbox upgrade, and then the diff's not going to hold up, and then it spirals. So we want to do this road trip in a reasonable amount of time, and this is the best way for me to do it. Not only that, even if I don't put the 2.6 in it and leave the 2.4 in it, I can give the 2.6 to the next guy, or we can do a head up or something. I've talked to Paul the other day, put a cam in it or something like that. I want to avoid that a little bit because I'm doing this road trip and I want it to be fairly fuel efficient. The twin carbs might give me just a little bit more go, which it needs. The extractors will do. I'm excited just to put it together as an old school sort of thing. So I hope that answers your questions on the engine conversion and why I'm not doing this and why I'm not doing that, but there's no point. It's good how it is. The gearbox is great. If the gearbox was shot, different story, you know, but by using these parts, I'm keeping the parts together for someone for a project later. So I hope that makes sense. But anyway, we're 2 hours and 10 minutes from the engine parts, so I'm going to get into my audio book and we will be there soon. Bryce got some driving and the fuel's expensive at the moment, but anyway, you got to do it. Just how it goes. You guys normally don't see this part of what I do. Sort of the parts just arrive and away you go. But you got to take a full day off work to put it all together. But anyway, love it. Let's go. We have the engine. So this is a 2.6, which is indicated here, right? It come with 2.6 carbys, which are these ones. All right, so a set of twins. They're the standard 2.6 carbys. It did come with another air cleaner, which is that red one on the floor, but I couldn't tie it on with that. So these are 2.4 carbys, which is what we've got in the 240C. and a set of extractors. So I'll drop them in the acid and clean them up, give them a paint up. Apparently to fit 240 carbies onto, you've got to run these spacers for it to clear. It's good because it comes with like all the heat shrouds and everything like that. And it gives us another distributor because, as you remember, we had trouble with strip screws in the other one. Yeah, is what it is. So now off for the motorbike, which is an hour and 5 minutes away, the GPS says, and I just noticed that I've got to fix the tail light on the truck. So fix this light and then get this motorbike. Righto, kx85 05 2005 model. It's not too bad. It needs fork seals, the mounts that hold the exhaust front and back. Other than that, it's not too bad. It runs all right. I think I might need a clutch at some stage. I was saying before I had to go to Warwick, out the other side near Warwick, to get the roof, but when I looked, I thought it was there, but it's not. Now I've got to go back that way down towards the Gold Coast, down towards Beenleigh. So I'm in Ipswich now. I stopped here to get fuel and stuff. So here we go. Back the way I just come. Let's go and get this 808 roof. Bloody hopeless I am. Right, we're back. This is the next morning and I've eaten something. Yes, I'm crook. I'm never crook. I'm not the best this morning, but anyway, got back late last night. It was dark. I didn't want to film at the guy's place. Top bloke. A few more Mazda stuff, bits and pieces there that hopefully in the future I might be able to get from him, but he's building a car as well. That's the roof cut for the 808 out the back. So, very exciting. It's another piece of the puzzle. It's now got new bonnet, new front guards, nose cone, front bar, new grille, new headlight surrounds, new boot lid, the rust repair section for across the front cowl, the new plastics for down the windscreen. Like, the 808 is coming together, but still a long way to go. So yeah, to get this unloaded, I've got to go do some tow jobs that have sort of come in yesterday because I was off doing this stuff. But yeah, another big bit of the puzzle, that roof cut. It's a little bit rough. I'm gonna have to make a mobile planishing hammer to get out some of the little kicks, but my roof is, there's a brace that runs through the center here. This one has been taken off, but my roof has got rust lines, like big holes all through there. So yeah, a lot of steel work to do on that Mazda, but I'm really looking forward to it. So let's get this stuff unloaded. I'm so crook. I don't know what I ate. Like, I try not to eat stuff while I'm out and about because I just don't like the stuff, but yeah, anyway, it is what it is. Bouncing around in the truck today will help. Actually looks like we're going to get rain for the first time in about 5 years because of climate change. You know how it's getting hotter or something, or colder, or wetter, or there's more wind. I don't know which one it is. One of those lies anyway. Because climate change is a lie, just so as you know. And I believe that with my whole heart, but I am a heartless bastard. So does that mean I don't know what I'm talking about? I'm lost. What about you? But anyway, I am going to pull those pipes off, and you and me, are going to put them in the acid, and they're going to be mint. Because that way, if I ever pull a finger out of my bum and actually get this job done, they'll be ready to go. So we might, yeah, pull them off. I might just have a quick look through this, make sure. It looks like linkages and stuff are pretty well there. We might go have a look on the car actually and see if the throttle linkage that's on the car actually sits in the very, very similar spot to that. Might do that first before we pull it apart. Let's go have a look. Oh, it's just starting to rain now. I might not have to do any work today. No, it runs a cable. Oh, maybe. I might be able to rig something off that. I did find on the ground out here before, the other day, another linkage. I wonder if it's anything like it. I want to go for a ride on that little thing in a minute too. It's awesome with my fat ass on it, lifts the back wheel. Where is it? It was on the, I chucked it on the ground over here so it didn't go through a tyre. It was like a throttle linkage piece. Where'd it go? Anyway, my bench of broken dreams and don't know. Anyway, it's the end of the ramblings of a crazy man. Pull that off, get in the acid before it rains, and then ride that motorbike. Sounds like a plan. These are good. I was a bit worried when I bought them. Old mates had said that they'll need to be sandblasted, but it's just, I thought they'd be thin and cracked, but normally they'd crack in around these areas. maybe down in here, but they're actually really good. So very happy, very happy. Big strong flange on them too. I'll put a straight edge along that, but yeah, very happy. Let's get them in the acid. Righto, and in she goes. This is probably good actually, because I can actually get these right to the bottom and give it a good stir up. Come on, fit. Oh, you beauty. Righto, so that's them in there. It's going to rain. I've got to find something to cover this too now. Bugger. Righto, I'll work something out. But anyway, we'll pull them out tomorrow afternoon, so we'll give it 24 hours and wash them off. I'm spewing it doesn't go all the way to there, but I can wire brush that. See, they're still sticking out. Can I get it in there any further? I would have loved to get that join. Yeah, oh well, doesn't matter. It'll come up mint though. I don't know what I'm going to do at this end. I might put them in to start with. Do I weld a flange to it straight away? I don't know where it's going to sit, because they're out of a Z car, not out of whatever we've got. So the floor might be different, so I'll wait before welding a flange on, because I do want to run a flange just in case. And I want to run a twin system out the back, but the problem with the twin system out the back is where it's got to come out, the wheel well sort of, I might have to chop a small section out of the wheel well to be able to run twin pipes out the back, and then I'll just run a space saver in as the spare wheel, because it won't be as deep. I think it's worth modifying an original car like that a bit just to have it cool. But anyway, I love twin exhausts. Yeah. Went to undo that one, but it just broke. Like, look at that. That's how bad it is. It's just, yeah, and I can't get any of these undone, so I'm going to cut it here to make a block off, because it's for your heater hose, and I'll try and fix it later. I'm trying to get that starter out. Yeah, we'll get there. Let's see how this exhaust is going. I might even turn it over and do this part of it as well if it's come up well. I'll put this camera down and we'll pressure wash it, see what it comes up like. Starter motor's out. I've ordered a new one, so that's on its way. This thing's coming up sweet. Like, this is like, he's got all the tint off the windows already and started to polish up. It's got a few marks in the body and stuff, but yeah, it's going to be so good. Like, it's really clean. Look at that. All inside the doors is mint now. Hasn't even really started on the interior yet, but that's how it's starting out. Super clean. Like, the roof's come up mint. Very happy. I'm going to have to do, the only paint I'm going to do, I think, is touch up that bonnet scoop, and I'm going to take the spoiler off the back. See where he's got the tin off, he hasn't cleaned that window yet. It's just, you can see a bit of paint going off on that. So I'll paint the spoiler, not the whole boot lid, but just the spoiler and that, and do a couple of brush touches, and then I think that's good enough. Like, how far do you go? I want to, yeah. Right, anyway, back onto this beautiful piece of motoring excellence. Okay, I'm going to start pulling the carburetor manifold off. I'm wondering whether, do I go to the effort of polishing this manifold or not? Like, I don't think I will bother. I don't know, I might put it all together, we'll get it going, because I may have to pull it off and on a few times depending on what happens with these carbies. The other rocket cover on that other motor, the guy had started to polish, and I do have a big industrial polisher here, so I may do a big polish up of the rocket cover or something like that. I just don't know how far to go with this car. Like, definitely going to have to paint it once the rust is done. You know, you could leave it patina, but I just think it'd be a waste. From messages I've got from people and people I've spoken to, this is actually quite a rare car. So I'm thinking gloss black roof and silver. Yeah, don't know. It's a hard one. It's a hard one, but the more I do to it, the longer until the road trip. But I'm still waiting on that windscreen to be made anyway. But yeah, and then at the same time, I suppose you could paint this engine bay with the engine in still, because once that air cleaner's gone, unbolt that stuff, sand and clean all that, and I will be able to paint the engine bay actually with the motor in. Don't know. Anyway, what would you guys do? I'm still only just going to do what I can do, but you know, how would you treat it? I still haven't pulled off my bit of chucks yet, but I did notice I'm gonna have to replace all the hoses, because like when I cut that hose there's just so much crap in it that it's just crazy. So yeah, she'll be right.